There is an engineering team that the developer has set up. The engineering team has not found a solution. Where should the consumer go?
If initially these problems are not pointed out, it is very difficult to point out the builder if we go on that point.
Builders basically exploit the subjective part, which somebody cannot really unitize or measure or tell them that this is something which is missing.
For the consumers, I will again say, be very aware of the things. Do not go haphazardly and keep on investing.
Hi, welcome to the Property Show. I'm Jayashree Kurup. I'm Editor-in-Chief, MBTV. We've got Mr. RPS Kohli, Mr. Bhuvan Bhanot, and Mr. Rajesh Rai. He's an advocate in the Supreme Court. Let's take another issue. There is another set of consumers, and they are sub judice, so they don't want to come in front of the camera. But they've got a project which was delivered a year ago. The project is delivered, the project is occupied, there are people staying there, but there is a serious issue with the plumbing system. Pipes burst, you have to replace your geysers, your water filters. There is an engineering team that the developer has set up. The engineering team has not found a solution. Where should the consumer go?
One thing is that if the builder is taking the maintenance, he is to continue that maintenance. But in the most of the cases, once they deliver the project and these parts are not the maintenance of the builder, then in those cases it is the welfare bodies, they have to take all these things to this. But as far as complaint is concerned, if initially these problems are not pointed out, it is very difficult to point out the builder if we go on that point.
Basically, the problem is there is a tangible part of livability and there is a subjective part of the livability. And the builders basically exploit the subjective part, which somebody cannot really unitize or measure or tell them that this is something which is missing here. And I'll give you an example. In Alpha Gurgaon Sector 84, we have gone to court. We have noticed the builder, he is already appearing in court. Yet he sends, and we have not taken possession yet. And yet he has sent us a maintenance bill. And funnily, the maintenance bill is a pro forma invoice. And it says old balance X amount, new sum this amount. And I simply wrote a mail, excuse me, hello, who the hell are you? I don't even understand. How can you send me a maintenance bill? And when we are already in court, the maximum you can charge us is the penalty charges for not taking possession. But after that, we have had no response.
So Rajesh, should he top up his complaint with saying that there is a maintenance bill which has come even though possession is delayed?
After OC, you well know, within 90 days we have to form a RWA, Residents Welfare Association, and the builder generally runs it for the first 3 years. We have not been even informed.
This is very tricky, Jayashree, and what Mr. Kohli is saying, this is where the builders they play. And if you are honest enough, if you want to build the market, you will not go on substandard things. So this is what the consumers have to look into. This is uncontrollable. If you want to cheat, you have money of the builders, the consumers, then it becomes very difficult. The main fact is that the consumer should also verify those things and do not keep on going for the economical or cheap projects. They should see the builder, they should see the credibility, they should identify the things. If the builder is promising there will be a road and he sells the dream and the consumer is seeing it without going practically into it, that's the fault of the consumer also. I'm afraid, but the fact is that sometimes consumer goes for small or lesser economical, cheaper projects, and there he is enticed, he is trapped. You should go for the good and reputed builders.
So I think in their case they went for one of the most reputed builders.
I think Alpha, for that sake, Alpha Sector 22 is a landmark project, and most of the Gurgaon knows it. It's a very well managed property, almost to the levels of 5-star levels. And Colonel Pickles Sodi used to head that company. And I per se bought this property only looking at that project. And if it's a very far comparison.
See, I'm not saying I'm not against consumers. Sometimes the expectations are beyond limitations. We are told, because their representatives are there, they those sales people, sales and marketing people are there. They keep on sending the promises. You just verify all those things when you enter in it. If it is written, not given, you have the recourse to the law. If it is not written, you say that this is what was promised.
Sir, today projects are being sold to large funds as it becomes the portfolio of the fund. The developer exits midway, and which happened in their case. The developer exits a project and sells it to a large fund, and today the entire management has changed hands. Is that allowed?
No, that is not allowed at all. You go for Dwarka Expressway. The road is not built because of many hassles. There is with the authorities, 3 kilometers road is not built. So because of that, the entire buildings, they are good builders also. They have constructed and they have given the possession also, but that is stuck up. What the builder can do in that? I am not aware of Alpha. Even if he is a very good builder, sometimes what happens is that the expectations are like that. I am not saying, Mr. Kohli, please don't mind on this issue. And the second thing is, sometimes the builders have delivered 2-3 very good projects, and fourth they are not able to deliver it because they are trying to some way they have siphoned the money in the other projects. They don't have money and all that. This happens for good projects, that misses. There can be cases, but for the consumers, I will again say, be very aware of the things. Do not go haphazardly and keep on investing. Today this is the market, tomorrow it will blow like anything.
So a Magicbricks study shows that about 84% of consumers are only looking for completed projects. 2 years ago, 3 years ago, when they bought their houses, I don't think that option existed. The reason why RERA came is because projects were not getting delivered. Especially in the Delhi NCR market, there was a serious problem. Today, because projects are getting completed, most consumers are only looking for ready-to-move-in projects where the risk of delay is not theirs. And that's where we are going to stop this conversation. We are talking about a market where the whole system seems to be engaged in trying to find solutions for the poor consumer who has paid 85, 90, 95% of his money, but he does not seem to be able to get recourse to a good quality living for which he has paid. Builders forget to charge for maintenance. Builders forget to deliver some of the goods, including green areas, including tennis courts, sports facilities. Builders forget, and therefore they retrospectively put charges on the consumers. Builders forget that there has to be an entry and exit route. Sometimes the entry and exit routes are through existing villages. Is that feasible for the consumer? The consumer has paid crores for a certain lifestyle. Can a builder be let off because he was not able to deliver the lifestyle that he has promised? Thank you for watching The Property Show. Please subscribe to Magicbricks on YouTube and click the bell icon to get new videos.